You've come in here Sunday morning in a group practices, and you've got everything exactly like you want it, and you don't want anybody to mess with it, and you're worried about some little kid running up here. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a scene, and we're going to save that scene. So let's theoretically do that. Let's say we got a gospel quartet. So let's go to 17 through, okay, you're on it, and we're going to make sure all 4 of these mics are hot. Here, hold that. Call store scene library. Okay, so we're about to save one here. It's not what I want. Oh, you can tap over there. I'm looking at 2 different places normally because it gives me here and it shows it up there. It's kind of in these user preferences.
Those look like settings. I thought the scenes were the user layers you were.
Well, that's where I am right now. So now I see it up here, so now I'm trying to figure out how it does it on the scene number. There we go. So that's on scene number 0, so we're actually, I don't know why it says we haven't moved that because we're about to save it. Store. There we go. Now call it quartet. And we'll go back through that again because that didn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. So just type it in, quartet.
The Bible complete like QARTET.
Phone.
And then click OK or done. There we go. Okay. So we're going to start with 000. Okay. Alright, so now scene 000 is your quartet, and you see it saved as quartet. So if you wanted to recall it, you would just recall there. So let's go back and do that again. Let's create another one. So let's do this. Let's say we have a duet now, so we're going to have 18 and 19. Channels 18 and 19 are going to be the only 2.
That's a favor because you don't want me singing through anything.
Alright, so turn everything down but 18 and 19. Check. Okay, so now we're going to store this as a scene. So let's go back to user preferences.
Now what about 20?
Yeah, we need some music in there. Or reverb if you wanted to add reverb. I mean, this is just for...
27, 28 is reverb, right?
Right.
I'll label that down somewhere.
And a way to check it, just to make sure, if you click on effects, it'll say right here 27. When you click on the effects button, here it shows you that the destination is 27 and 28.
So if they're singing, I want to add a little or take a little reverb away, I just do that up and down, right?
Well, here's the thing. This is your master. Remember, that's kind of what we were talking about before. So if you want to actually add reverb to it, you select their channel, and then you, whoops.
But during the performance, if everything over here is off,
That's gonna put reverb on everybody. If you just want it on one person, you would do your channel 8 on whichever one you selected.
Okay, but we got it selected. Okay.
So right now, if I wanted reverb, like check, I got reverb on this one, I would bring this mic up, and that would send my reverb effect to that particular.
Okay.
Check the master on it, make sure it's not.
Yeah, see the master on here is down. Check. Now you can hear because see now all the auxiliary masters were down, so we need them to be up for this. That way they're feeding into the choir and they're feeding into all the various monitors, because again, this is our master. And these are our matrices here, which again, if I pull that down, you see it turns it off. And this is your master for your reverb. No, it's not. No, only 8.
And you go back to 17
These are
to
your
32.
matrices here, yeah. So here you now have 27 and 28. Check 1, 2, 3. And I can hear all the reverb in it. Check 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So as it stands right now, this is that's what's actually going to send it to your reverb unit. So when I have this off and you have that up, there's my reverb off. There's my reverb on. Okay.
So That's what I was saying. If I got the group singing,
Mm-hmm.
and I just want a touch more reverb, I can just do that on 17, 18 right,
Yeah.
without having to go through all the half dozen buttons to get
Well,
there.
as long as you understand that when you put reverb here, you're putting reverb on everything that already has reverb. You're putting more
Right.
on it. That wouldn't affect them individually. So,
Right, it helps
okay.
the total sound.
Yes, it does. It does overall reverb on everybody.
It's the master reverb.
It's the master reverb. Exactly right. Okay, so now we've kind of added all that together. So now let's go through and let's do the settings again. So we go back to
User preference or scene.
display. First thing, and we go to setup and user preferences. Display, setup, user preferences. And now we're going to create, when I touch the scene button right over here, we see our quartet up there. Now we're going to do the second one, and it's going to store what we have right now. So as we select it,
Okay, how do I clear if I want
like
to
if
take
you want to
quartet?
delete that one,
Yeah.
you can override it.
Okay, so let's override it, clear it, and start from scratch,
Yeah, so let's see here.
because we bounced around way too much.
Yeah, oh, and there's our store button down here, so we hit store, and then we type the name in. Well, I'm back on, no, this, it just leaves you with whatever the last one is.
Okay.
So if you just want to call this duet,
Backspace to do right. You know, you could probably get an iPad keyboard.
well, yeah, I mean, it's got that one right there. You can just punch up on it, just do duet. Okay, and then hit OK on the screen, or done, either way. Okay, now confirm it. No, yeah, we're gonna go scene 2. Actually, what it did is just, I think-
0000001.
Yeah, 000, yeah, and then there's 0001. So now you have that, and if you want to recall it, you just go back and you select the quartet, and then you recall, okay,
It's back.
and you notice how those other two jumped in there.
Okay.
So I can do the same thing. I go scene, duet, recall, okay, and whoops, I hit okay, and those two drop down.
Okay.
So that's how you create a scene and save it, which is a really cool feature, because you could have a visiting group that comes in and sings the same way every time, and you could set them up, store it by the name of their group, and then when they come to sing, you just push recall on the name of their group, and bam, they're right back where they were. So that's a real nice feature, you know,
And
with that.
also works better when you're having a multiple function,
Mm-hmm.
and you got, everybody has their own settings, rather than having to manually set it. You can preset it, set it to scene, and then all you gotta do is go to the scene and hit the button.
Exactly. Exactly.
Now, by doing that, when you hit the button here, does that change it?
This is what I was about to do. I was going to go ahead and, just for grins and giggles, set this up for your quartet, and then go to the next one right after that and set it up for, well, I could do it down here 3 and 4.
Okay.
That could be your duet, and that could be your quartet, 4 for quartet.
Okay.
So let's do that.
Now, does this board have a light for it to shine on this, or do I need
I
to?
don't think it does, because basically everything that you see, you know, on that iPad, you can turn it up or turn it down with the iPad.
I'm thinking about for a blind boy like me.
Oh,
with the,
yeah,
you can see
yeah.
the lights coming from that direction.
Mhm.
See what, buttons you're pushing.
Yeah, I'm with you. I know they highlight when you hit them. Like if I go to the mute group, you'll see they
But I-
highlight as you
but
do
I
it.
don't want to have to keep hitting the buttons.
Right, to figure out what it is.
There's a hookup on the back where it
But I
looks
think
like
that's
you-
for AES-EBU. I don't think that,
Yeah.
yeah, that's not
That's
for
not a
a
light.
Okay, I'll just get
not for a light
I'll
setting.
get a light.
Just get a little lamp in there.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get out of that. Get out of that again. Okay, so now what we're going to do, going to go display, setup, and this time we're going to save them, which should be user preferences again. And let's see, user buttons.
Okay.
So now on number 3, we're going to press number 3, and instead of saving it as a mute group, we're going to save a scene. See, I have the scene button right here, so I'm going to select scene.
Is that a scratch on your iPad screen, or is that
It's
something-
crack. I
That's
actually,
what it's
yeah, it actually, it's a long story. But anyway, yeah, I dropped it. I dropped it. So we're going to do
Wait, you didn't drop it.
Yeah, remember Ben was trying to help me and he didn't. So we're going to do a recall on a particular scene this time. And then it should prompt you which one you want to recall. Or actually, let's do direct. And we saved scene 1 is our duet, and 00 was our quartet, right? The way we did it. All right, so we're going to do that for user button there. Okay. So that's now set to here. Okay. Recall from scene 1. I'm going to say enter. Yes. So now it would recall there. So now let's do another one. So now we're going to go back. We're going to do another scene. We're going to do a direct recall. This is going to be 000. And we're going to save it to 4. That says user button 3. I needed to go to user button 4 now. Let's go back. User button 4. So that's recall 000. So now we're going to do recall, direct recall of scene 0. Let's see, we did the quartet and then we did the duet, right?
No, you did the duet, now you're doing the quartet.
Okay, so that would be, did we do the quartet on 001?
No, quartet's 0.
Okay, so that's where we do that then. So that's set that way. And then we come over here and we do 4, recall. And you see it went back here. And we say yes. Well, I think I saved both of them on the same one. So see, that was 3,000. And this is, yeah, I did both of them the same. So we need the first one to be, I wish it would show you the names. That would be a whole lot nicer.
That's what I asked you, they would do it, have the names show
Yeah,
up
I
there.
don't know why the names aren't showing up, because it should be. So we need to put on 4, needs to be 00. Actually, 3 needs to be that. So let's leave that one where it is. Go back. We're going to do, yeah, because they're set the same. So this is going to go to 1, scene recall, direct recall of 1. Okay, and that should be right. 000, and that's 1, so that is correct. So now, if we go direct recall there, you see this is the duet on 3, 4, enter, and that's your quartet. So that's how you create a scene and save it to those buttons.
Okay.
So right now you have mute group 1, mute group 2, scene 1, which is your duet.